They need to be paid. You do not see NBA players who need to, in the offseason, go play overseas in order to make their money. The last guy on an NBA bench makes enough money that he could sit back for the rest of the offseason and not lift a damn finger.
Mm-hmm.
But these women have to spend their off seasons going overseas to countries that don't have protections for them, to countries that don't care about them, to countries that will easily put them in jail or worse, put their lives in danger.
If they
And
just breathe
so
the
they
wrong
can make
way.
enough money to survive. That is not fair. These women generate millions and millions and millions of dollars for their owners. They generate millions and millions of dollars for their cities. Okay, for their arenas. Because I guarantee you, the arena where the Chicago Sky play is loving the amount of money they make when the Chicago Sky are playing.
Shoot, I give you a bit better one. The NBA or no sports league expands unless they have the money to expand. The WNBA has now 2 new teams with a possibility of 4 more teams being added. 2 of those teams being revived from WNBA's past. So in order to do that, money has to be had.
You arena deals, sponsors.
Yep, all of that. Money has to be put someplace for these things to happen. Nobody can tell me with a straight face and sit here and be like, oh, the W is not making any money. You're full of shit and you're being sexist, honestly. The WNBA has been making money. It is not making NBA money, but the NBA right now is not making NBA money because people don't really feel like watching shit. So, with the money that the NBA
all the way off,
bro, with the money that the NBA is making, right? Because if we are a parent company of something, right? Let's just say, for example, right? If we were a parent company of a different brand and that brand was struggling, right? And we had enough money to put money into a brand, we would put money into that brand to elevate it, right? Because when that comes up, when that elevates, and we all elevate, more money is made. No, we're just gonna sit there and be like, y'all get down there. No.
And they just got in July, in July of last year, the WNBA made a big deal at announcing an 11-year media rights deal that featured partnerships with Disney, Amazon Prime, and NBC Universal, the owners of Peacock. The deal, 11 years, valued at $2.2 billion, coming out to about $200 million per year, with future agreements with additional partners that could bring the league's media deal closer to $3 billion. You were getting close to $3 billion over the course of 11 years from the biggest media companies out here, and these women can't get paid.
You're just telling me that a woman, a WNBA player, cannot get a $500,000 salary. That is the end of the bench. That is the minimum, I believe. If I'm not mistaken, that's the minimum salary for a player in the NBA. You're saying that we cannot pay a woman $500,000.
And you know what the funny thing is? Salaries isn't even the number one thing that they're fighting for.
I'm sure. I know it's not.
ESPN actually did a poll of WNBA players when talking to them about what they're looking for in the next CBA. The top 2 things that WNBA players are fighting for in the next CBA are pensions for former and current players and more support for players with children. Those are the 2 biggest things that they are talking about, that they are concerned about. After that, it's practice facilities, because, by the way, the WNBA does not have dedicated practice facilities.
No, they don't.
Okay, so that's another thing. And then it's wages. To just to point it out, the maximum salary was $241,984 for players in 2024, while the minimum salary for players with 0 to 2 years of service was $64,154. I make more as a full-time educator than a WNBA player makes in a year playing basketball. And listen, I don't care what anyone says about, oh, it's just a game. You pick, it's just a game where you pick up a ball. They are top-tier athletes who are working at a much harder pace and doing things that I cannot do. They are specialized in their field the same way that I, as a math teacher with X amount of years of experience, can demand a certain level of salary because I am specialized in my field. These women are so extremely specialized in their field, yet they make less than I. In fact, that starting salary is less than I believe the starting salary for a New York City teacher just entering with, I believe, their master's degree.
Yeah, or coming from the teaching the teaching fellowship.
Yep.
I work in the airlines, right? I have people in the airlines who've worked in the airlines for 10 years, maybe 5 years, who make more than a WNBA player.
I believe that teachers should make way more money anyway. I do.
Absolutely. Teachers need to make way more money.
I believe educators, first responders, even police. I really do believe that they do not get paid. EMTs, police, first responders, teachers, nurses. Nurses are starting to kind of get up.
Firefighters too.
Yeah,
firefighters definitely.
Yeah, I don't believe that they get paid enough.
No, in New York City, I believe for the 2 years that you're in the academy and like the first 2 to 3 years of like full-time police work, you barely are